finally will be able to play oncehuman on mobile. If you go to oncehuman.game website, there you press sign up for beta mobile, fill in the survey and wait for the news. Do note that there will be way less mobile testers for this beta test than PC, as mobile testing is still fairly new and they just started implementing it. You will be able to play on PC and mobile on the same account, cross-platform, everything will be saved and your wall account data will transfer, which is amazing news. The minimum requirements for the phone is iPhone 13 and above. Anything below iPhone 13 will not be able to run this game on mobile. For Android, I don't know, probably the latest Snapdragon Gen CPU, minimum. Sorry guys, I don't know anything about mobile specs, but yeah. This will all be possible in the new beta test on March 28 for oncehuman. There will be European servers and support for German and French language, so we will have NA and EU servers this beta test. No C servers still, which will probably come later. If you want to play with me in the next beta test, make sure to join my Discord as I will be playing in EU servers as well. If you're still not familiar what oncehuman is, well, I suggest watching my oncehuman review video that has all the answers to what the game is. Right now, currently, you can't really download the game yet. The launcher will probably go online for download whenever the developers decide, most likely 4 to 5 days before the beta goes live. Now, if you play the previous beta, then you don't have to worry about anything at all, because you'll be able to play whenever you want, even if the limit has been reached. Now, what is the limit? The limit is if 150,000 players have already accessed and created characters and servers, you will not be able to download the launcher anymore or create a character. However, if you did access the previous beta and you had a code, you'll be fine and will be able to play using your old email account that you used in the previous beta. Now, why another beta test? As we are getting closer to the release date of the game, which is in Q3 2024, devs want to listen more to the players' feedback and change accordingly based off the feedback, whether people like PvP, will they like the new system, so on and forth. You get the point, they need new ideas. In this beta, there's not so much new content as the last beta test just ended almost 2 months ago. The developers had some days to fix bugs, implement new content, polish the game a little. As we all know, developing a game is a hard job, listening to players' feedback, discussing with the team, implementing new ideas, innovating, creating assets, texturing, programming. Yeah, that's a lot of work. And of course, when we play games, we consume the content faster than the developers can release the content. It makes sense why the game delay happened, why the previous 2 beta tests took so long to happen. The devs needed more time to finish the game. And in my opinion, the game still could get delayed, so the devs have more time on their hands to implement new features. At least we got the beta test, and this time we didn't have to wait 1 year for it. What's new in the beta test if there's not so much new content? The purpose of this beta to test the new PvP and PvE system, mainly PvP. One of the devs has mentioned before that the next beta test in March, which is the one that will happen on 28, will have new fixed PvP areas, world lines for it, and mechanics that they'll want players to test. This does sound like an interesting concept. Maybe they're thinking what I'm thinking, red zones marked on POIs that will have PvP on at all times and gear drops will happen there on death. Or maybe it will be just a separate instanced area that you'll be able to fight with PvP on, which won't affect PvE players, and both parties will be able to enjoy the game. But what I hope it actually is that since it's a open world game, I think PvP should be fixed to on everywhere you go. Basically scrap the idea of having PvP servers and just stick to having 4 PvE and 2 PvP worlds, or vice versa, 4 PvP worlds and 2 PvE, or even 1 PvE world in the teleport tower. That way, if the player wants to experience both PvE and PvP, they don't have to switch to a new server, because servers would be labeled as PvP or PvE. Instead, they can try both and see whichever they're interested and satisfied with. Eventually, people will want to try PvP. I don't know why most people don't like PvP. Maybe because of past experience in other PvP games. And you know how it is with these video games. But I can certainly say everyone should try PvP in this game and voice their opinion on the suggestion channel in Discord for the devs to read. The developers take all feedback into consideration and discuss every single detail with their team. Now, as of my idea, I was saying, in these PvP worlds, they could increase the loot chances, maybe even give a chance to obtain one piece of blueprint, fragments from mob drops or looting chests, or just in general, any loot drops in that PvP world. There could be areas and like high risk areas where loot drops are even more increased, which means on death you would drop more than you do in a normal area. Maybe even drop your whole inventory based off the people people that you kill in that PvP area, the loot that you can get from that area is increased 2 times, for example. Now, I know this might sound like a bad idea because people can literally bring 10 plus people and just camp the POI or area, but I think it could be possibly done, maybe with some adjustments, some tinkering, twisting the knobs left and right. The devs could make it work, which could lead to fun and insane battles for PvP. But yeah, I'm hoping that's how the new PvP system will be in this beta. I have so many ideas in my head, such as bounty hunting in that PvP world. You would claim tasks from an NPC and just hunt players. You get a big circle of an area where the player is. You find him, you kill him, you gain bounty points. You use these bounty points to exchange for loot, whether it's a blueprint fragment, one piece for like 100 bounty points, tokens. And that's basically how you grind blueprints. You kill people, you get rewarded. Might take a very long time to grind, but in the end, it's a good concept, good idea. Makes PvP alive, makes people interact. Could be really amazing to see that in the game. The next thing we will talk about is season wipes and the new Deviant system. Let's start off with the seasonal wipes, because most people don't even know how it will work in this game. A season will last for 42 days after the server opens, and from there, we get to play for that amount of time, experience the new content, and when the season ends, all servers will get wiped. Fully wiped. The only thing that will stay is your blueprints that you farmed and grinded for, and your star crumbs. And obviously outfits that you purchased or obtained. By the way, the outfits that you get in the beta do not transfer to the main game. Just saying. Another thing that will stay after a wipe is your house will be moved to a private instanced island that you will own, where it will be only your island. You will still be able to build your house there, but it's like a timeless zone where you can just chill with your previous season gained loot, build your house, invite people there, and just play around with the house blueprint there. Basically, all the loot after season ends will be transferred to the timeless zone, and you cannot move the loot out from the zone. It's just stuck there. You could also play with the blueprint of your base, copy that blueprint, and prepare that blueprint for the next season, and build your blueprint or your house off of that blueprint you built in your private island, transferring from the private island to the main server once again. Pretty neat. Now, the new Deviant system might be getting revamped. They're going to introduce more Deviants, changing how they will work. You will no longer have to babysit them in the base, cage. They will behave differently, and you could probably take them into the battle, which will support you and help you deal with the boss fights or just combat in general. I think how Deviant should work in the game is you should be able to carry all of them in your backpack incubator, swap them out when you want a different ability to be used. For example, if you want to use wings, you would have to put the butterfly Deviant. Yes, this does limit to having only one buff available, which is wings and no other buff, which is what's cool about it. You won't need to craft any potions anymore. Carrying one Deviant in the incubator would let you take one special ability. In the previous beta tests, you were supposed to craft potions from the materials provided by these Deviants. It might be changed in this newest patch. Personally, I hope they get rid of them because it's a pain to set up 12 different cages for these Deviants and maintain them. Plus, you need power for them as well, which means you can only have one Deviant making materials for that potion, and when you need a different one, you have to swap out the Deviant to another one. This process was time consuming, so I'm assuming they have changed it in this patch. Nonetheless, the game is going to a good direction, and that's what I like to see. Communication with the player base and listening to the suggestions and feedback. This game has a lot of potential, and I do believe the devs are putting insane amount of works for this game. As well as they said, they're literally sleeping in the office due to how much they work for the game. Literally barricaded in their offices, slamming that keyboard, programming the game, bruh. Thanks for watching. I will be dropping videos and live streams for this game once the beta test is live, so make sure to not miss those, as well as join our Discord to not miss any notifications and videos. Take care and peace out.